Everybody that knows you should know what you do for a job. Hey everybody, all right, so this is a direct question I'm answering for John. His YouTube handle is LLHCDV74. He asked me, how do I find work? Do you let the companies know? Do you let the home building companies know or construction companies know that you're open for business? And if so, how do you let them know? So John wants to know, how do I find work? Really fast, simple answers. Tell everybody you know, and I mean everybody. They should all know that you're in business. Have promotional things made, like t-shirts, hats, business cards, lots of business cards. Make sure your car represents you and what you do. Make sure your company's name is somewhere on it. Doesn't have to be a big wrap. Just make it obvious what you do. Get a Facebook page, get a Instagram handle, talk to your local companies like real estate companies, property management companies, real estate people, cold calls, cold walk-ins, flyers at home improvement stores on cars on the weekend. Make sure the local hardware stores know who you are and what you do. Donate your swag and your services to local fundraising, like auctions and stuff like that for the local private schools or the local YMCAs, the Boys and Girls Clubs. Facebook ads. Make sure you learn how to do a little bit of Google optimization for when people are looking for your job. And then job site signs. All right, so let me break this down a little bit easier. There's my company sign. It's just a cheap little $25 sign that sits out in front of any of the jobs we're working on. I put those out on the street, so my subcontractors, my employees, my material delivery, and everybody that drives by knows who's working on it. However, if you have that sign out front, make sure the job site is presentable. When we did the demo, we had a whole pile of crap out here for about 2 weeks, and it looked like crap. I was really embarrassed that it took us that long to clean it all up, but it's potentially my sign and my pile of crap probably pushed away some customers that I could have potentially had if I had a cleaner job site. So it's a double-edged sword on that one. All right, let's break this thing down a little bit more. Everybody that knows you should know what you do for a job. Everybody that knows Jeff knows that I'm a contractor. They know I know drywall. They know I do remodeling work. So there's no real surprise in what Jeff Walters does for work. Make sure you have business cards on you. It is old school, but your business cards are not only just to hand out, but they're to place on job sites when you do a job walk. You put them on bulletin boards at your local Starbucks, at your local feed and seed, at the hardware stores. Anywhere there's a board, put your card up there. Put 2 or 3 of them up there. Hand them out. Make sure all of your friends and family has your business cards to hand out. Speaking of friends and family, make sure that your friends and family know that you will reward them for a referral. If they're on Facebook, if somebody on Sweet Home's Facebook page says, hey, I'm looking for a remodel contractor, and my customers go on there and say, hey, Jeff Walters did ours and we love him, you should really give him a call. If that customer reaches out to me and gives me the opportunity, I reward them for putting my name out there. It's not a big thing. Sometimes it's just a $10 Starbucks card, but it's a thank you. It's just thank you for advertising for me. I get all my promotional stuff like business cards, my pamphlets and stuff like that. I get those from vistaprint.com. Vistaprint is a real easy to navigate. They have lots of great tools for design and stuff like that. And then I have a local sign company, Outback Signs. She does all of my boards and my truck and my trailer, stuff like that. Right. You could, for about $150, $200, you can have your company's name, your number, and a brief description on shirts, hats, sweatshirts, everything. Get your kids to wear them, get your wives to wear them, get your husbands to wear them. And that way you give them to your parents, give them to your uncles, cousins, anybody that'll wear your advertisement, give it to them. As long as they're not somebody that's going to put out a bad bad name for what you're doing. Your cars, your trucks, if you drive so here's my work truck, nothing really special about it. If you drive a sedan because you're only doing handyman repair, then on that sedan, right on the back window somewhere, it should say, hey, my name is John and I do drywall repair. You know, I do handyman repair, something. If that's your estimating car, then put on it your company name and say, call for free estimates. Somebody that just, you know, that makes it known that you have an estimate option. My truck does not have anything on it, mainly because I have a huge dent and I wanted to get the dent fixed before I got the wrap. It's not a wrap, it's just going to be a logo and name on the side of it. But we got the dent fixed, and now it'll be covered up with a company name on it here in the next 6 to 12 months. Outback Signs in Lebanon, Oregon is going to do that for me. I don't know how to say this. If you drive a piece of crap car, it's tough to put your name on the side of it. You don't want that to represent your company. I don't think anybody should go into debt. So avoid going out and buying a really expensive fancy car just so you can advertise on it. But at the same time, something should be presentable. My truck is not a fancy truck. It's a paid off 2000 Ford. And it gets the job done. I can tow everything I need to tow with it and gets me there to the job sites. You should have a website. If you don't have a website or don't know how to do that, then just start with Instagram and start with Facebook. Get your company name on those social media and start posting some of your work, even if it's past work. You know, be careful. Don't post your boss's stuff. Don't post somebody else's pictures. Don't poach pictures from the internet. Use your own stuff. And it doesn't have to be super fancy unless you're going for fancy stuff. That's a different story. Make sure that when you're in those groups that you're tagging your own company page. So if you're in a community page that you live in, make sure that you're tagging your construction company's page with that, and your friends are. And if your company's name is your name, like say Jeff Walters Construction, then maybe you even change your personal Facebook page to Jeff Walters Construction or something like that. Some businesses to hit up with your information: real estate agents. They always need handymen, they always need contractors, they always need a patch guy or drywall guy. Property management companies often are tied in with a real estate agent, but not always. So property management companies are always looking for reliable, clean, professional workers. All right, let's talk about one of the hardest ways to do it: cold calling. Either getting on the phone and making phone calls, text messages, or by stop bys. When you come by and you see a construction company or a house being built, stop by. Make sure you look presentable. Have a little bit of an elevator pitch ready to go. If you're into drywall, say, you know, hey, my name's John and I do drywall, full service drywall company. You need some patching done, you need some full house done, you know, I'm your guy. You know, just make sure you have a little bit of something ready to go. Let's go to some of your local hardware stores when they're putting on a show. Go to Home Depot and hang out on a Saturday with a bunch of business cards. If you are a finish carpenter, make sure that you're, you know, hanging out around the finish carpentry tools with a business card. If someone struggles, looks like they're going to do, say, give me your card. Say, hey, give me a call if you need any help with that. Just be the nice guy that happens to do the thing that they're looking at doing. Some other things that can work. Again, we talked about, going back to the cold stop bys. When I see a house that's being built, and especially back when I was doing only drywall, I would stop by that house. I would walk through that house. I would even sometimes do a material takeoff, and I would stop by. Sometimes I'd stop by these jobs 3, 4, 5 times before the builder would finally call me, or when I would finally run into the builder on the job and say, hey, I'm Jeff, you know, you looking for a drywall contractor or what? Always be positive, always be a smile on your face, and do your best to always dress one step higher than your competition. All right, let's talk about the referrals, our referral bonus to your friends, your family, and any of your previous customers. If someone's willing to do that, then offer a Starbucks card or you know, whatever local coffee shop that you like and you support. If you're going to buy $300 worth of $10 cards, $10 gift cards, then make sure you leave some of your business cards there and tell them business to business, see, I'm supporting you. If you know anybody looking for work, looking for a contractor, then here's my card. And make sure that you're friendly with everybody. I just did a $15,000 bathroom remodel with our Starbucks baristas in her husband's house a couple months back. In Vistaprint, you can have some flyers made up that are just single page, little, you know, I think they're 4x9s or 4x10s, just look like the size of an envelope. You can do it in color with a little bit of your work, a little bit of your information, and you can have, you know, 1,000 of those made up, or you can hand them out anywhere you want to go. Local lumber yards, you can, sometimes you can give them 5 or 6 of them and they'll hold them off behind their desks. And if they need to give it out to somebody going in there looking for work, get to know the pro desk ladies and guys at Home Depot and Lowe's and make sure they know who you are. Donating swag and services. If, you know, oftentimes you can do at a silent auction for like a kid's charity, you can give a gift certificate for $100 off a $200 service. And that on the back in the small print, you could say a $200 service is a 4-hour repair. Anything over that is an additional $65 an hour plus materials. And sometimes people will have a drywall patch that they want done, or a door that needs to be adjusted, and they don't want to pay the $400 or $500 to have it done, but they will more than willing to pay $500, $600, $700 to an auction. Again, job site signs, have them on the front of the property, and then have them down at the street corners with arrows on them pointing to your job site. You might lose some of them, so be ready to kind of replace them, find a different location for them so you're not pissing everybody off. Facebook ads or a sponsored post or something like that, however you want to look at it, but look into Facebook and Google search optimization. Make sure that if you do have a website or you have a Google listing, make sure that you understand how to optimize it. I'm not a big fan of paying for Google search results. There is a lot of free information on YouTube about learning how to use Google and their search results and making sure that you are an established business that Google will send people to. So, all right, guys, that's what I've got for some quick and easy tips. If you guys have some options that I didn't cover, share them in my comments. I'd love to see it. John, I really appreciate you leaving that comment and that question. I hope you find this video useful, and I hope the best for you in the future of your new construction company. All right, everybody, thanks again for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.